Paul Thomas Anderson, what the Every year we get so many releases that are poorly written, poorly performed, they have no soul to them. And then this dude PTA comes in and drops what I think is the movie of the year. One Battle After Another is Paul Thomas Anderson's latest film. Now, I haven't even scripted anything here. I'm so jacked after watching this movie that I've got to get right into it. If you're watching this, you've already either seen it or are thinking about seeing it, and you know that Leo's in this, Chase Infinity, Regina Hall, etc., etc. This movie was a slam dunk. I checked it out in IMAX and I'm so happy that I did. I know that it was shot on like Panavision or something crazy like that, but it looked amazing. From the cinematography to the blocking of the actors, every little detail of this film was almost perfect. This was a combination of a family drama, a thriller, a western, amongst a million other things. It reminded me so much of Eddington in that way. Now, for any of you unfortunate souls that have yet to see this film, go ahead and skip to the end of this video where I give my final thoughts. Now, those of you that saw it, come on. I mean, I have not seen something so good in so long, and I really wasn't expecting it. Licorice Pizza, which was PTA's last film, was kind of so-so for me. I obviously love the acting from the young actors Cooper Hoffman and Elena Haim, who, by the way, makes a cameo in this film, but I just was not prepared for the epic, thrilling, edge-of-your-seat adventure that PTA took me on. The film itself, as I said earlier, was just jaw-droppingly gorgeous. I saw it in IMAX, and I highly recommend for those of you that may not have already seen it or saw it in a non-IMAX format, you have to check it out in IMAX. Now, this movie from the get-go just hooks you. I mean, starting out with this French 75 group breaking into an immigration detention center, from that point forward, I was on the edge of my seat. This movie reminded me so much of Uncut Gems in the way that there's minimal lulls in the action in this one. You've got tense scene that leads to a chase, that leads to a slight lull, and then another tense scene that leads to another chase, and it just goes and goes and goes and goes until it finally ends. Now, right before I saw this movie, I realized it was 2 hours and 50 minutes. I know there's a lot of people out there that might be tired of the 3-hour movie. The last one that I saw that was near that point was The Brutalist. This movie was paced so well that it did not feel like 3 hours at all. PTA does a masterful job at just breaking up each scene and leading the audience through the story in such a well put together manner. Now, this movie had an absolute all-star cast. You've obviously got Leo DiCaprio. Benicio del Toro was such a fun surprise for me. Chase Infinity, who's the youngest of these actors, was incredible. And all of these performances together brought to life what was an excellently written script. Each of the characters felt super grounded. I didn't feel like anyone was like a superhero here. And obviously PTA's attention to detail was apparent in every scene. Even the placement of the different score pieces was so intentional and masterfully crafted. You've got the big sequence in the middle where Bob leans on his sensei to escape the authorities. All the while, what I can only describe as Zelda boss fight music is playing the entire way, kind of matching what you're seeing on screen. And even in the ending scene where you've got the two communicators that sync up their melodies, which ends up being the last piece of music in the movie. This movie really had just about everything I could ask for, and with Paul Thomas Anderson's attention and care for his craft, it was just an amazing experience in the theater. Some highlights for me was how disgusting Sean Penn was, but just goes to show how good of an actor he is. Chase Infinity was a big surprise to me. She actually performed really well in this one. Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously we kind of know what to expect from him, but he was hilarious as well. And Benicio del Toro had me laughing every second that he was on screen. I think this movie wrapped up really nicely. I'm glad that the two main characters ended up having a happy ending. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for whatever PTA is working on next, because this one was such a banger that I just cannot miss whatever he drops. This one was fun. It was hilarious. It was sad. It was emotional. It was thrilling and scary and had the audience gasping at points. I really cannot find any negatives for this film at all. So I gave this a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. For any of you guys that have watched this, definitely let me know what you think. Please let me know if you agree with me. I just enjoyed this one so much. I really want to hear from all of you. For those of you that are kind of on the fence about watching it, dude, don't even think about it. Buy your ticket right now. Get to that theater tonight and go see this one. As always, I appreciate those of you that have watched to this point, and make sure you argue with me in the comments.